first time I've ever made it. So hopefully it turns out okay. So what I have in this pot is 12 ounces of cooked spaghetti, but it is cooked to actually even less than al dente. So the recipe calls for half a cup of milk, or to toss the cooked spaghetti with half cup of milk. And I'm actually gonna add about a third cup of parmesan. And I'm gonna toss that all together. And I cooked it to even less than al dente because I don't like soggy pasta, and then this is going to bake off in the oven. And the recipe also calls for an egg. Let me just mix that up. Hopefully it doesn't cook. And about a half teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna eyeball that. You could probably add less to none because I added Parmesan cheese as well, but and I'll add a drizzle of olive oil. So what I have here is a buttered casserole dish, about 3 quarts, and I'm just going to pour the pasta in there. Now what I have here is about half a pound of ground beef and half a pound of breakfast sausage, because that's what I had on hand, and then about a 32-ounce jar of spaghetti sauce. And the recipe actually calls for like a smaller jar of spaghetti sauce plus an 8-ounce jar of tomato sauce, but since I had that bigger jar on hand, I went ahead and just used the whole thing. Just want to spoon that on top, or spread it on top. Yum. This will make a really good freezer meal too. To prep it for freezing, you obviously want to cool the sauce and cool the noodles before layering it and putting it in the freezer. So that's all covered, and now I'm going to top it with my leftover parm here. And of course, I'm going to add some mozzarella cheese as well, about 1 to 2 cups. I usually like to shred my own mozzarella. It just melts better and it doesn't have any of that filler, whatever filler that is, so that the cheese doesn't stick. But I had this in the freezer and I don't want to waste it, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this. We like ours cheesy. And of course in the sauce you can use vegetables, bell pepper, onions, but I just put garlic in ours. And then I'm going to top it off with just a little bit more parm, because parm is yummy. And then you'll want to bake this off in a 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes uncovered. I'm probably going to cover mine for a little bit and then uncover it for the last few minutes so the cheese will melt. So here we go. Okay, here it is. Yum. So don't forget, everything is already cooked and hot, so what we were doing is just melting the cheese and making all the flavors marry together. I'm gonna let this, it's still sizzling. I'm gonna let this kind of sit and rest for a little bit, and then we'll come back and serve up a plate. Okay, let's get some out.
Okay.
Cheesy.
Did you don't like it?
Cheesy goodness. Yum. Okay, I gave my mom the prettier plate. I'm on plastic or paper, but the spaghetti is really good. Baking it off in the oven makes it obviously super duper hot and the cheese all melty. But you know, it is an extra step that you don't necessarily need to do, but I'd probably make it again because sauce marries nicely into the pasta and then the cheese is nice all melty and gooey. So just for that alone, I probably will do it again. If you try this recipe, please let me know. I hope you like it. See ya.